So I was talking to a buddy of mine the other day, and I was like, how are things going, man, in the quarantine and everything? And he was like, good. How's your woman doing? Good. How's work going? Good. You know, it's funny because as men, and unfortunately, men have been conditioned since we were little boys to not really express our feelings. You know, what gets rewarded is toughness. What gets rewarded is stoicism, is not being very verbose and effuse in how you're expressing your feelings. And so if that's been conditioned into your man and you're dating a guy who isn't really expressive, especially with what he's feeling, it can be confusing to understand how he feels and where he's at. But there's something that speaks louder than words, which are actions. So today I'm going to share with you 6 things that he does that shows he genuinely cares about you. Check it out. I love this topic because I truly believe that when our words and actions are in alignment, that's when we're in integrity. So the number one thing that he does that shows he genuinely cares about you is he follows through with his agreements. He keeps his agreements. This is him calling when he says he's going to call, coming home when he says he's going to come home, or if he has made an agreement with you and he can't keep it, he will text you or communicate, hey, I'm running late or I can't be there. Following through on your agreements is a primary demonstration of care and love. Number 2 is he remembers the little things. So he's paying attention to what you're saying because he knows that inside of what you're saying are opportunities to give to you and to care for you. So for example, he might show up one day and give you some Pez. And you're like, Pez? What's this about? And he says, remember a few weeks ago you were sharing about how as a kid you loved Pez. It was like your favorite candy, but you hadn't had it for a few decades. Well, I thought I'd bring you some Pez. Those types of moves. Or you have a project coming up and a big meeting and a big presentation, and so he texts you that morning and just wishes you good luck. Or he remembers that you were out shopping for your mom's birthday and your mom's birthday rolls around and he texts you and he says, hey, I just wish your mom a happy birthday from me. Those types of remembering those kind of details are a great sign of caring. Number 3 is he tries to protect you from pain. Every man is hardwired to protect his woman from pain. Even if this is putting a jacket around you when you're cold or pulling out the chair to make it easier for you and more comfortable for you to sit down, opening the car door. Demonstrations of trying to ease your experience. I was in Mexico a few years ago with my father, my mother-in-law. We were on this big family trip, and my mother-in-law, who's a bit older, gets out of the pool and she doesn't walk so fast, and so she's walking along that pool deck to the chair to grab one of her drinks and to come back. And so my father notices that that pool deck is hot. So he's in the pool and he starts splashing the pool deck in front of his wife as she walks over to her chair. A couple other women notice what he's doing, and he splashes the water on the way back to make it cool for her so she doesn't burn her feet walking to the chair and back. When my stepmom gets back into the pool, these other women are like, oh my gosh, that was the most loving, kind, caring thing I have ever seen in my life. They were beside themselves with how impressed they were with my dad. He was trying to protect her from that painful experience. Side note, by the way, this is why childbirth is just so agonizing for men emotionally, because yes, you as the woman, if you ever given birth, you're going through this in tremendous pain. Me as a husband, my wife's going through tremendous pain, gave birth 3 times naturally, and it's everything I want to do to be able to take that pain away from her, to alleviate the suffering. But there's nothing I can do. She's got to go through it. All I can do is be a source of support for her in that moment. But with every ounce of my fiber, I wanted to take that pain for her, and that's how we're hardwired. So if you notice your man trying to alleviate pain from you or make things more comfortable for you, notice that that's a good sign. Now, you may have a man who's demonstrating some of these things already in your life, or you may be the person where you want to attract that person. If you want to attract this kind of man in your life, one who demonstrates love and care, the first thing you need to do is shift the belief system, because our beliefs govern what we're creating in our lives. And so I have a free gift to help you do that, because these videos aren't just about advice, they're about action to help you expand the love you're experiencing in your life. And so this is a 21-day affirmation challenge. And I challenge you to take this. I've written this for you so that for 21 days you're infusing these positive beliefs in your mind, rewiring the negative beliefs, empowering yourself with positive, love-abundant beliefs so that you can attract this kind of man into your life faster. I'll link that up here in the video. I'll put a link in the description as well. It's a gift from me to you. I challenge you to take it, and it will serve you to accelerate attracting a great guy into your life. Number 4 is he'll confide in you. So if he doesn't express his feelings very openly, you'll notice though, he'll share the stuff that's going on, the challenges he's having. Maybe he's having a challenge at work, or maybe he's been in a conflict with a friend, and he's telling you about it because he wants to get your perspective. He values you. He values your opinion. And so he'll confide in you and want to get your perspective on that. And that's a great sign that he values the relationship with you. Number 5, and this is a strange one. You might disagree with this one. So I'd be interested to hear your thoughts about this, but I believe this. Number 5 is he'll get defensive. And here's why this is a sign that he cares about you. Because the worst sign in a relationship that someone doesn't care is apathy. They've given up. You complain about something, or you want to change something, or you bring something up, and they're like, I don't care, whatever, leave. That whatever, that I don't care, the person who stops fighting, that's a very dangerous sign in a relationship, because that means they're done, they're over it. They could care less about whether they're in the relationship or not. But a man who's getting defensive, what is that? That is his ego afraid that if he's wrong, you will leave him, or you won't love him, or you'll end the relationship. So the ego says, fight for your position. You can't be wrong on this, because if you're wrong, she'll leave you. You need to be right. Now, it isn't necessarily a productive strategy to get defensive, but know where it's coming from. So if he gets defensive, if he starts saying, well, no, I wasn't wrong because of this, and I wasn't wrong because of that, little bell go off in the back of your head that says, part of this is a good thing, because he's invested in this relationship. He wants to keep this relationship because he loves me. So let that bell go off, and it will help decharge that moment in the relationship so the two of you can work through that and come back to love. And lastly, number 6, he genuinely listens to you. So this is him asking about your day. This is him wanting to know about you. Now, bonus points if he listens in the middle of a fight, where he can step away from the ego part of him and actually say, well, tell me about your side. I want to hear about your experience. And he can validate your experience, validate what your feelings are in that moment. But listening, and there's a lot of research on this that shows listening is the #1 way that people feel loved. So now, my question for you is, what do you do that shows you really care about a man? Go ahead and post that in the comment section below, and take a moment and click the subscribe button and become a member of this community, a subscriber. Because here's the cool thing, this community is packed with amazing people. There's amazing conversations and comments and wisdom that are happening below each video. Check those out, and you'll be the first to get alerted when the newest videos get released. So take a moment, click that button, subscribe, and know this, I appreciate you, I believe in you. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon.